Go live. Hey everybody, give me 1 second while I go live on Instagram. Am I live? Okay, there we go. Okay. Yes. Ooh, perfect. All right. Hello. Let me turn this camera around. Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to Who's Getting Sued, brought to you by NPL Legal Dish. I am your host, Natalie Pierre-Lewis. Oh, come on, yo. Today I have added a new outlet that I am come on, that I'm broadcasting to. And it is called Fanbase. So you can find me there. But we are here. Sorry, I'm trying to. What do you mean you're having trouble? Okay, no. No. Hold on. Crud nubbit. Hold on a second, guys. Okay, I gotta end this. Give me 1 second while I fix this up here. Sorry for the lag. Public. Next. Friends over on. Actually, y'all may not even be live. Hold on a second. And come on. Let's go. Whatever. All right. Can y'all see me? I think we're going to have to do this the old-fashioned way. Let's go back to Instagram. Sorry, I'm having a little bit of technical difficulty today, guys. Bear with me. I want to go live. All right. Here we go. All right. 3 minutes later. All right. Now we are broadcasting on Instagram and all of our other outlets. Welcome to Who's Getting Sued This Week. I'm your host, Natalie Pierre-Lewis. Hi, Rhonda. And we are talking about your favorite celebrity faux pas and how you can learn from them. All right. So just a quick recap from one of our past shows. A couple of weeks ago, I told you guys about M. Night Shyamalan being sued for, here we go. We talked about M. Night Shyamalan being sued for The Servant. There is a director, an Italian director, who says that essentially M. Night Shyamalan and Apple Plus stole her idea for The Servant, based on a movie she wrote called The Truth About. Hold on a second. The Truth About Emmanuel. But yeah. So she said that M. Night Shyamalan and Apple Plus stole her idea. Well, there's been an update. M. Night Shyamalan and Apple Plus have been found not guilty. The judge said basically that there was no way that M. Night Shyamalan could have accessed the film for The Truth About Emmanuel. And not only that, while the premises were the same of a mother who loses a child, a mother who loses a child and, kind of breaks with reality and starts taking care of a doll and, an ensuing nanny. Yes, those are similar plot lines, but they said that it's not just that. When we look at the dialogue, when we look at the settings, when we look at what the two of them are, one was horror and one was a drama. They said that there's not enough similarity within that, right? Ooh, sorry about that. I had to put y'all over here because it's just makes me feel better to have this over here. Um, so they said, not only did they say that M. Night Shyamalan is not guilty of copyright infringement for The Servant, at first they told the director that she owed M. Night Shyamalan, and they was ordered to pay $160,000 in restitution for like attorney's fees, right? But the another court looked at it and they were like, we're not going to do that. It wasn't that bad of a thing. So, everybody's leaving with whatever they came with. So, but M. Night Shyamalan is in the clear. All right. Now we can get to our new stories of the evening. Okay. Do we have any hockey fans in the house? Do we have any hockey fans in the house? If you enjoy hockey, give me a hockey puck emoji, or like no, not a hockey puck, a hockey stick. Give me a hockey stick emoji. Okay. Now, the only team I really know when it comes to hockey is the Boston Bruins, because that's the team from back home. I don't really care. Hockey just isn't my sport, right? So I don't really know much about hockey, but it's a big sport, right? Anyway, there is a hockey team out in Utah. I guess they're a semi-pro team. Currently, their name is the Utah Hockey Club, right? I don't know if you guys remember, not too long ago when the DC team was changing names. At a certain point in time, when they were trying to figure out what the name was, they called it the Washington Football Team, right? Well, the Utah Hockey Club. Let me put this up here so you can see. Stop sharing. Present. Let me put this up here so you guys can see. There we go. They're like, well, we don't want to just be known as the Utah Hockey Club. We want a legitimate name. So they went, to their fans and they were like, hey guys, what do you think would be some, some good name options for the Utah hockey team? Now, some of the options were the Utah Blizzard, the Utah Mammoths, the Utah Outlaws, and the Utah Venom. And one that caused a particular set of ears to perk was the Utah Yetis, right? So, again, this Utah Hockey Club, they're trying to decide what is going to be our official name. What are the masses going to know us as? And they tried to go for the Yetis, but when they submitted the application to the USPTO, the USPTO said, well, we think that in terms of the word Yeti, there might be confusion with Yeti coolers, and that there might be confusion. So I want to ask you guys, as a savvy audience, as people who, you're in the world, you see things. Do you think that you would ever mistake the Utah Yetis, a hockey team, for a Yeti cooler? Right? Let me know what you think in the comments. I personally don't think so. I know Yeti coolers, you can take it's a cooler. Why would I mistake? Oh, actually, let me pull up the visual of the cooler so I can share it with y'all. Present. Share. Right. So, actually, sorry, cancel. Sorry, y'all. Y'all okay? Y'all okay? I'm sorry I dropped you. But yeah, so why would I mistake this, a Yeti cooler? Hopefully y'all can see that. Why would I mistake that for a Utah hockey team? Either way, whether or not we want to whether or not we would confuse it, whoever looked at the application denied it based on the fact that there could be possible confusion. But they also denied the other options of Blizzard, Mammoth, Outlaws, and Venom. I don't know why, but the Utah Hockey Club, they're having a tough time trademarking their name, right? So but this is like their sixth bite at the apple. So it's never kind of the last word with the USPTO unless you make it the last word. So the hockey club, they're on the sixth name trial. I remember Lizzo, she had to try 7 times before she got 100% that bitch trademark, right? So it's never the last the last round with the USPTO, as long as you have the will and the funds to keep fighting, right? Okay. Next story that we are talking about. How many of y'all have ever rented a U-Haul truck? If you have ever rented a U-Haul truck, did I not download this picture? If I didn't download this picture, I'm going to be so mad at myself. No. If you have ever rented a U-Haul, give me a truck emoji. If you have ever rented a U-Haul truck, give me a truck emoji. Yeah, I remember I've had to rent a U-Haul truck. Thank you, Round Noonish. I've had to rent a U-Haul truck a time or two. I don't like driving large cars, so it was not pleasant for me. But we all know what a U-Haul truck looks like. Round Noonish, you said you rented a U-Haul truck. How do you know it's a U-Haul truck besides the name? What lets you know that it's an official U-Haul truck? Mm? Let me know. It's not just the name U-Haul. U-Haul uses a particular color, right? What color does U-Haul utilize along with their name to let you know that this is a U-Haul truck? And let me pull up this photo right here that I just downloaded. What's the orange? Yes, thank you, girl. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The orange coloring. Let me share this screen. All right. I'm sharing this here. Let me make this bigger for Instagram. Sorry, y'all. I forgot. I messed up the broadcast, so you may not see everything. Okay. Right. So we all know what a U-Haul truck looks like. How many of y'all have ever used a storage space, or how many of you have storage space? Like, you may have moved somewhere and you can't fit all your stuff in the new place, so you rent out a storage space. How many of you have ever done that? Just give me a thumbs up in the comments, right? And if you did, let me know, what company did you use to store your things. One of the more popular storage companies that I see around is Public Storage, right? If you've ever heard of Public Storage, type Public Storage in the stop screen. Type Public Storage in the comments. Hold on a second. Where is it? Where did hold on. I need a engineer or something to help me with this because I be trying to do everything. Yeah, why aren't you opening? All right. Oh, that's why. Okay. There we go. Sorry guys. I'm doing my best here to make sure that I get all of the visuals together. So please bear with me. Right. Thank you, Round Noonish. You are so engaged. Thank you so much. So public storage, right? Now I remember back in the day, public storage used to have a multicolored logo. Their logo used to be uh purple, yellow, and orange. Um, right? And so it was very visible when you were driving along the way. I remember seeing public storage signs all over the place. However, over the years, public storage has phased out the purple and yellow in their they have phased out the purple and yellow in their logo, and they have gone strictly orange, right? Well, usually that wouldn't be a problem. Brands change, things all the time. You may over time logos do change. If you look at the logos for most car companies over the last few decades, they've all evolved, right? So did I hear? Oh, so Public Storage decided to revamp their image. Instagram, if you want to see the visuals, you can come over on YouTube because it's too much for me to like it keeps messing me up to have to keep on showing you. Um yeah, right? But now that Public Storage has decided that they are going full orange, they are trying to sue U-Haul and trying to get the USPTO to prevent U-Haul from using the color orange for their business. The funny thing is, the person who started Public Storage started using the color orange because they were inspired by U-Haul. Round Noonish, who's supposed to be green now? Who's green now? Public Storage? While Round Noonish lets us know what she is regarding. So now keep in mind, U-Haul has had their style of how they write their name, the U-Haul with the orange dots. They have had that protected since 2005. Okay, Public Storage has when they applied for their trademarks for their logo, they didn't just apply with orange. They applied for multiple colors: purple, yellow, and orange. So how is it that your brand? Oh, you're thinking it's okay. That's what I thought you were thinking of because that's what had popped into my head when I thought green. But yeah, so Public Storage, you have applications showing that your brand colors were purple, yellow, and orange. And now that you want to go only orange, you're going to try and push U-Haul out of the way. That is some nerve, right? And plus, does U-Haul do storage? Because while those two businesses are involved in moving, they're doing two different things. U-Haul, we know them more for trucks and stuff. As far as I know, they do not provide storage. Public Storage, as far as I know, does not have trucks. They don't help you move your things. They just provide you a space to store them, right? So do you think that Public Storage is doing too much? They're trying to say that U-Haul should not be able to use the color orange that they have been using, frankly, since the 70s. What do you guys think about that? One, is there a possibility of confusion between U-Haul and Public Storage. Do you think that anybody would mistake the U-Haul company if I'm looking for a moving van or a moving truck, am I going to be directed to Public Storage? If I'm looking for a place to store my extra furniture, am I going to be pointed towards U-Haul? Because that's what Public Storage is basically saying. Do we think that there is a possibility of confusion if Public Storage and U-Haul are allowed to use the color orange? Or could there be a false association? Now, even if there's a false association, Public Storage, your owner said that he used the orange, he got inspired to use the orange from U-Haul. So where do you get the cojones to come up here and try and sue the inspiration for the orange color? Like, that's just a lot of gall in my book. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Okay. All right. If you just popped in, you're watching Who's Getting Sued this week. I want to talk a little bit about defamation because I had about 3 different stories regarding defamation this week. Okay. The first one, where is it? Is it not here? Oh gosh. Okay, there we go. I need a technician. Okay. So StreamYard, you will see a picture of a very famous couple right now. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. We've all heard about their history, in the press, and just particularly the British media. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, they do not get along. The British media cannot stand Meghan Markle. They were going through mama's trash. They found like personal letters and things like that, to the point that Prince Harry filed a lawsuit against one of those publications, a publication called The Sun. He sued them for defamation and for invasion of privacy because of things that they printed about him and his wife, Meghan. And he won. He actually won his defamation lawsuit. The Sun publication, they issued him an apology, and not only that, he won 10 million pounds from that company. So while Prince Harry may have lost, he gave up his royal status, that 10 million pounds from the Sun is, that's going to come in nice and handy with his new life in Hollywood. So that just goes to show you, whether you're a national publication like The Sun, or you're an online blogger like Tasha K or Milagro Grams, you can't just say whatever you want in the in the public. If you're going to claim something about someone, particularly someone who is a public figure, you better have something to back it up. All right. Now, the next story we had about defamation is Diddy. Diddy is suing one of his accusers for his attorney for defamation. A gentleman by the name of Courtney Mitchell. Apparently, Courtney shared videos from the freak off parties with his attorney, and Diddy is saying that it has cast a poor light on him, and he is suing Courtney Mitchell for $50 million. Okay. Do we think that this, of all the things going on with Diddy, do we think that this is what he needs to focus on? Sir, you are facing a lot of criminal charges. I think you better leave Courtney alone, and focus on your defense. Focus on the defense, okay? Okay, so Diddy is suing one of his, I guess, what do you call that? somebody who's suing you. Um, he's suing somebody for defamation. All right, for $50 million because he said that they shared the videos of these illicit sex parties that he was supposed to be having. Okay, and our third defamation lawsuit, my Chris Brown friends, perk up your ears. Hold on a second. Oh, stop screen. Oh wait, who else? Yes, let me share this real quick with y'all. And our third defamation story has to do with Chris Brown. Chris Brown is suing Warner Brothers for $500 million. He is suing them for $500 million because apparently recently they aired a documentary about Chris Brown called a history of violence, right? And apparently in this documentary, they called him a serial rapist and abuser, and they used testimony from a former accuser whose name was never released and was apparently later discredited, right? So Chris Brown is suing Warner Brothers for defamation because he's saying you guys are out here trying to tarnish my image. Now, here's the thing about defamation. When you sue someone, and I'm not just talking about specifically Chris Brown, I'm talking about all three of any defamation case, right? Is it defamation if it's true? Now, Prince Harry, it was proven that everything that the Sun was printing, well, it was garbage. So that's out of the way. Diddy, here we have indications that some of what you're being accused of may be true. We have accounts, right? So can you sue someone for defamation if what they are saying is true? Thank you for the like on Instagram. And then for Chris Brown, right? Now I feel like lately Chris Brown has lain low. He's been minding his business. He might get into a kerfuffle every now and then, but I have never known, I have not heard, within the celebrity gossip files of anything about Chris Brown sexually assaulting women. I have heard about him being abusive, in the past, but I would say it's been a long time since we've heard about that. What would be the impetus for Warner Brothers to release this docu-series now? And why would you use someone's information who had been discredited, right? Are you just doing it for views? And now it's like if you're using a source that isn't true, that can be defamation unless you have charges. You're saying that someone is a repeated sexual abuser, as well, as well as just a physical abuser, and saying that you're essentially saying that they've been convicted, but you don't have all of that, right? Whereas in the Diddy case, we've got so much that we're seeing coming out that it's kind of like, yeah, this might be true, right? But when it's defamation, sometimes the defense to a defamation lawsuit is that it's true. Like if you are if somebody goes around saying so and so stole, Natalie stole $50,000 from me, right? And I sue that person for $50,000, but they can show where I don't know, they got video of me going into the vault taking the $50,000. That's not defamation. All you're telling the truth. So just because someone says something bad about you, it's not really defamation unless it's untrue, right? If somebody's just basically reading out your rap sheet, that there's no defamation in that. That exists. Round Nuna said, I'm surprised at Warner Brothers for using discredited information. Right. And I'm wondering, like, A, why use that source? And B, why release it now? When's the last time we heard about Chris Brown really being in trouble? Like, that man is making music and, dancing his way onto glory. But just to round it out, when it's not defamation if it's true. If somebody's saying something bad about you and it's true that you did that bad thing, you can't really sue them, right? Unless it's like, you have an NDA saying, I'm not going to tell, that you like to, I don't know, eat your boogers or something. I don't know, whatever. But yeah, it was a lot of defamation stories this week. Okay. Let me remove this. Now, my makeup girlies, or gentlemen, or non-binaries. If you're a person who enjoys putting on, a nice little face every now and then, give me, or you can appreciate a good mug, give me a lipstick emoji. Okay. Now some people swear by expensive makeup. Some people are drugstore divas. They won't pay over $10 for a product. But within the makeup world, there is a price range for everybody, and there is a market for what are called dupes. Dupes are lower cost versions of high end makeup. I'm not just makeup, but usually they refer to makeup products, right? So there is a particular mascara that initially was released by Benefit. It was called Roller Lash. This mascara cost $28 for one. $28 for mascara? Is it going to grow my eyelashes? Anyway, now, if you are somebody who frequents, CVS or Target, you have probably seen the e.l.f. line of makeup products. Now, I remember when e.l.f. products were all $1. When e.l.f. first came out, I remember that the creator of the line, he said he created it because his wife was spending all of this money on makeup and he didn't get it. So he created a makeup line where everything was $1. Now, those days are long gone, but e.l.f. is still very affordable. And I would say that their products are pretty good. So e.l.f., they came out with and they said, yes, this is meant to be a lower cost, alternative to the roller lash. And they called it Lash and Roll. Okay. So Benefit, I'm not exactly sure what the role has to do with it, but whatever. Usually it has to do with the wand and how the mascara applies, on your lashes. So Benefit Cosmetics, which is a higher end cosmetic, not one of the highest, but $28 for mascara. I don't think that's something to sneeze at. They sued what do you call it? They sued e.l.f. and said that it was trademark infringement. They said that this is, you're trying to sell your mascara and make people think it's ours. And e.l.f. was like, no, we're not. What we're saying is we're the cheaper version of you. We don't cost as much. You are not going to find e.l.f. Cosmetics and Benefit Cosmetics in the same place because they're two different tiers of makeup, right? So Benefit is saying you copied us. e.l.f. is saying, yeah, we did, and for less. So they went to court, and Benefit was like, this is trademark infringement. And what do you think the court said? What do you think the court said about, the $6 mascara trying to pretend it's the $28 mascara. The court said, no, no, girl, no benefit. The court said, look, just like Elf said, nobody is going to mistake the Elf um, mascara for the benefit mascara. They are two different price points. They are sold in two different places. You're probably going to find Elf products, in Target in their cosmetics aisle. Benefit, you're probably going to find that at like Ulta, maybe Sephora or something like that, right? They're two different things. And Elf's selling point is that they are a lower priced cosmetics line. So the court said there's no possibility of confusion here, and there's no trademark infringement. Do you guys think that the court got it right? Let me know what you think in the comments. Okay. Was that it? Yeah. So it's a short show tonight. Those were all of the stories that I had for you guys. We talked about, what did we talk about? We talked about the Utah Hockey Club, and their quest for a new name. We talked about Public Storage trying to keep U-Haul from using the color orange. Hold on. Brown Nunes said, I don't wear makeup, but I think Elf has been around longer, I think. I don't know. I really don't know. I enjoy makeup, but I'm not, a makeup girly. What else did we talk about? We talked about we had 3 defamation stories, and we talked about what what defamation is, and that truth, if it's not defamation if it's true. We talked about Prince Harry versus the Sun. He got 10 million pounds. We talked about Diddy suing one of his accusers for $50 million. We talked about Chris Brown suing Warner Brothers for $500 million. And we talked about Elf Cosmetics being sued by Benefit Cosmetics. Okay. So if you have a question on any of those stories, you can feel free to ask them. But this is also a time we can do a quick Q&A if you have any business questions. It's the top of the year. A lot of you guys are starting, your new business ventures, finally getting that business plan out of your head and onto paper. So if you have any questions about that, now would be a time to ask as well. If you need any help with that, that is a service that I do offer. You can go to this link and download my free biz launch cheat sheet, and that should help. That it's like a guide that's going to help you get your business off the ground in 7 days or less. As well, that same link where you can download the biz launch cheat sheet, you can book a free 15-minute consultation if you want to just kind of ask me a couple of questions before you decide to make the leap into entrepreneurship. Okay. But if you don't have any other questions, we can close it here for the night and give you guys a few minutes back. Have a wonderful evening. Take care of yourselves. I will be back next week with more stories. And if you find anything that you would like me to talk about on the show, please send it my way. When you guys send me stories, it lets me know what I should be focusing on. Okay. So have a great night. Bye-bye.